Hi, welcome to Quarry Bank. My name's Liv and I'm one of our collections assistants, and today we're going to take you behind the scenes. We're now in the gardens around the front of the mill, and this mill was built in 1784 by Samuel Gregg, and it was built alongside the River Bollin, which is below the bridge that I'm stood on at the moment. This river enabled Samuel to build his mill, to spin yarn, cotton yarn. In later years, additions were made onto the building in subsequent decades by Samuel's son, Robert Hyde Gregg, who built the weaving shed, and that weaving shed enabled the business to expand from not only spinning the yarn, but actually weaving it into cloth as well. In later years, they built more mills in the surrounding areas, with Samuel's sons each taking ownership of one of them. And this river is what powered the mill, using the water wheel and in later years, steam engines as well. So let's go and take a look inside the mill. So we're now here in the weaving shed. This is a part of the mill that would have originally been installed by Robert Hyde Gregg, and let's go and have a look at some of the machines. So we're here now in the archive at Quarry Bank, and in here we store all of our family letters, papers, all of the work information as well, the ledgers and wage books. And this is an area that's not open to the public. This is where our volunteer and collections team work in digitising all of the things that we have and transcribing all of that information as well. It's also where we store all of the very important information, like what I have here with me today. This is an apprentice indenture. So Quarry Bank, as a working mill, utilised the use of child labour in running its mill, particularly in the early days of its establishment. And this indenture is from 1796. Now, an indenture was a legally binding contract between the mill owner, Samuel Gregg in this case, and the child who would come to work here. This particular child was working, signed under here for the next 6 years of his life, earning 9p per week. And these children would serve this apprenticeship usually until about the age of 18, sometimes as late as 21, and they would be working in that mill 6 days a week, 12 hours a day for the time that this legally binding contract was valid. Many of these depicting children throughout the years that the apprentice house was open here. So now we'll go next door and have a look at our small object store. In here we have a lot of items that the Gregg family would have owned, lots of yarn testing equipment, small sections of machinery as well. And this is a really special place where we can store our larger objects. So our archive is solely dedicated to all of the paperwork. And at the moment we're going through a project of reorganising these stores to make everything a lot more accessible. We're here now in the mill, and in this particular gallery we have a section around Samuel Gregg and his relationship with slavery, how Samuel profited from slavery. Being a cotton mill, of course, they would have purchased cotton from cotton plantations that utilised slave labour, and Samuel himself owned 2 plantations in Dominica and St Vincent, which grew sugarcane. And what we have here on display is a plantation journal from Samuel's Hillsborough plantation, showing a month's return on the profit that they were making from slavery.
My name's Vicky. I'm the area ranger delivering the Green Recovery Challenge Fund here at Quarry Bank in Cheshire. Quarry Bank's an industrial landscape, but it's surrounded by countryside. The Green Recovery Challenge Fund is about improving biodiversity It's about tackling the impacts of climate change, and it's about access to wildlife and nature. We've put 9,000 trees in this year. We've been putting in new drainage to help with flooding, and we've been resurfacing lots of paths and refitting some of our bridges to make access to the countryside easier. And then when you come up to the top of the valley here, we've got these lovely traditional arable fields with the hedgerows and the trees. And we've been trying to improve that by putting back in some of those hedgerow trees and those field trees and reinstate some of the ponds that would have been here many years ago. Let's go and have a look at one of the ponds that we've excavated. We're here on Norcliffe Farm, which is just a few hundred metres away from the main car park. This is one of 14 ponds that we've either created or recreated. We know from tithe maps where ponds used to be many years ago. We call these ghost ponds, and we've redug out some of those to create a network of ponds across the site. And that will help to create habitat for amphibians and insects and other wildlife to commute between the ponds. Surrounding us here as well, we've also got 5 fields which are usually cut for silage in July. We've been trying to enhance these by putting in 10,000 plug plants. So those are wildflowers that we've put in, and in May, June time, we'll see those come through, and year on year they're going to get better and better, and that'll be amazing for our visitors to come and see, and of course great for wildlife.
We hope you've enjoyed this behind-the-scenes tour of Quarry Bank. It's only with your support that we're able to keep these special places open for everyone forever. Thank you.